In the past, many homes with a crawl space were on perimeter columns and were open to the outside. When heating and cooling systems became common in homes, solid walls were needed around the crawl space to protect the mechanical systems and ductwork. However, the addition of the perimeter walls introduced a new set of problems to the home. The first problem is that groundwater was trapped in the crawl space. It then stacked up against the perimeter walls and under the footing. When it rains, water moves easily through the backfill soil against the home and into the crawl space. And with heavy rains, the water table begins to rise, and even more water is trapped under the floor. In either scenario, the incoming water will flow to the lowest point, and the lowest point of a home is the footing. So not only does this trapped water add excess moisture to the air, it also washes out and weakens the soil that is supporting the home. Unfortunately, liquid water was not the only problem that arose from closing the crawl space. Even without liquid water in the crawl space, the large pad of soil under the home is always damp. The moisture from the soil is constantly evaporating, and this vapor travels straight into the floor framing system. Floor framing was not designed to be full of water. When builders realized what was happening, they knew they had to come up with a solution. The first thing they attempted was installing a plastic black ground cover to block the rising water vapor. Unfortunately, vapor continued to come in around the ground cover seams and through the porous block walls. The next thing builders attempted was to put holes in the walls to allow the vapor to escape. While this seemed like a good idea, what actually happened was that the holes at the bottom of the home pull air into the crawl space, just like the hole at the bottom of a chimney. Building scientists refer to this as the stack effect. Simply put, air in the home moves from bottom to top. In the winter, the air pulled from outside is cold. This causes pipes to freeze, cools the HVAC system, and creates cold floors. That leads to cold floors in the home, expensive heating bills, and makes the home less comfortable. In the summer, the air that is pulled in the crawl space is warm, humid air. When this warm, wet air mixes with the cool air in the crawl space, the relative humidity spikes. In fact, for every degree the temperature drops, the relative humidity goes up by 2.2%. This leads to condensation, saturated insulation that falls to the ground, and a soaked floor framing system. And this wet environment causes the perfect breeding ground for mold and rot. And since up to 50% of the air on the first floor of your home comes from the crawl space, whatever is happening below the floor is making its way upstairs. This can lead to air quality issues that cause odors and potential health problems. Clearly, traditional crawl space construction doesn't work. But before we get into the options to fix the crawl space, why do you think that this is happening to your home?